Jarrett Hurd here, 154-pound champion. How's your trip into New York?
Oh, I love it here, man. You know, every time I come here, it's always great. You know, I've been here about 4 or 5 times already now, so you know, I love it out here in New York, man. It's great.
Took the train out?
Yeah, took the train up. You know, we're out in Maryland, so it's only about 3 hours away. We took the train up.
Great. So we're here at the Showtime Upfront. This fight had been rumored. You'd been calling Lara out. A lot of people were surprised. He's seen as being a very, tough guy, tricky guy. Tell us about, your thought process calling him out and how you got to this point.
I mean, we know the fight with Lara is definitely going to be a fight that's not going to be pretty. You know, Lara always, when he's in the ring with his opponents, he gives them problems, But we wanted this fight because we knew it was going to make a bigger name for myself. And the fight with Lara was something I asked for because I want to become one of the fighters that's talked about years down the road. I don't want to be the guy that, is just up here with all these champions. I want to be talked about years from the road. And I'm trying to be legendary, so a win over Lara will get me there.
Yeah, so want to go back a little bit. So in 2016, you were named by a lot of magazines as the prospect of the year. 2017, you became a champion and then defended it in really, really impressive fashion. So when you fought Austin Trout, he had gone the distance with Erislandy Lara, had a good fight with Jarrett Charlo. A lot of people thought he beat Canelo.
Right.
Got in there with you knocked him out. So was that the plan all along? I mean, that was a very physical fight. Tell us about your thoughts going into that fight and how it played out.
It definitely was a plan, because I felt this fight with Austin Trout, stoppage over here would have made a statement, that separated me from the other fighters that never have gotten a chance to get a stoppage over. And I feel the same way Erislandy Lara. He's a fighter that people still think is undefeated, that hasn't lost his fights that he's been in. And I want to, if not a knockout, man, I at least want to get a unanimous decision win where clearly I won the fight and there's no doubt no one's mine who was winner that night.
So another question about the Austin Trout fight. Very exciting fight. A lot of people said fight of the year.
Right.
Another way of saying fight of the year is, you took a lot of punishment also in that fight.
Right.
How do you feel for the critics who say you took too much punishment in that fight? Obviously you got a knockout, so you got the result at the end of the day, but just wondering your thoughts on it.
Right, yeah, I went back looking at the tape and I feel so too, man. In my previous fight, I usually don't get hit as much, and Austin Trout lacked a little power, so I was kind of going there recklessly, a little carelessly. And when I went back and looked at tape, I was like, man, I did take a few shots that's unnecessary. So I can understand where they're coming from. We went back to the gym, worked on our defense, and we were showing April 7th.
So in that fight, you beat one of the best southpaws in the world very convincingly. Was that part of what made you say, based on how this went, I'm ready for the Lara fight?
Yeah, man, because people want to fight with me and Jamel, but I just came out of training camp with the southpaw. So why not, go back into another fight with the southpaw instead of switching up to a right hand and going to the southpaw? But the fight with Jamel is going to happen too. Jarrett Charlo. I'm getting pretty big for the weight class, so I don't plan on moving up until I get those 2 fights.
Yeah, that was going to be one of our next questions. A lot of people comment on that, and it's very clear seeing you in person. I mean, you're gigantic for 154.
Right.
So, is that hard? Is that something you're starting to feel in camp? Do you think you'll be strong when you end up moving up eventually?
It's not necessarily hard. It's just more of, I'm getting older and the weight is I'm gaining more weight each fight, So, it's not necessarily hard. I know I can still make the weight maybe for a few years, but I don't want to be weak at it and take a chance with it, So, but before I move up, I do want those 2 fights.
So, just closing up here, just want to ask, you really popped onto our radar screen when you showed up on Showbox, scored an upset knockout, and it just seems every fight since then you're doubling down and you keep doing better and better. I understand you didn't have the longest amateur career. Did you see yourself getting to the point of when did you know this was going to work, being a successful pro boxer? When did you think you'd become a world champion? And it's amazing now you're calling out Erislandy Lara and you have the fight.
Right, man. I only had, I had 5 televised fights, and not until after my second one, I felt like I was able to become a world champion because I did not have the biggest amateur career. I was kind of just going with the flow, and I wasn't really thinking world champion. I was doing it for I needed a career and things like that. And as I got on television and I beat a prospect, it really let me know I could become a world champion when I beat Olympian, and that was Austin Trout. So after I beat him, I said, wow, man, I really got some skills. And that's when I started, kind of believing, like, maybe I can do this and become a world champion.
So following up on that, is there anything you have, again, talking about not a long amateur career,
right.
Is there something that you have, a trait that you're born with? I mean, how would you describe that?
Natural power, man. And another thing, you know, my frame is not as big as it look. You know, I have low legs, but I'm heavy up top. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got a lot of power and with my shoulders and wide shoulders. I feel like I was just born with natural power. Even in the amateurs, people didn't score a lot of knockouts and knockdowns, but in the amateurs, in my fights, I got a lot of knockouts, a lot of knockouts.
Great. Thank you so much. You've been extremely generous with your time. Thanks a lot.
Man, appreciate it.